Discipline is often misunderstood. People think of discipline as a rigid set of rules, a set of do's and don'ts that restrict us. But that is not the essence of discipline. True discipline is not about controlling yourself, it's about being conscious. It's about being aware of every aspect of your life, of your thoughts, your words, and your actions, and making sure they are aligned with your deeper purpose. When we speak of discipline, the first thing that comes to mind is usually the external world, the schedules, the routines, the systems we put in place. But this is only a small part of it. Discipline is not just about what you do externally, it's about how aware you are internally. It's about understanding that your actions, your words, and your thoughts are all connected. And if you can be disciplined in one area, the others will naturally follow. Take a moment to observe the mind. It is constantly shifting from one thought to the next. There is no stability, no consistency. It's like a child running around without focus, easily distracted. Discipline is not about forcing the mind to stop or control it. It's about guiding it towards a single direction, a direction that brings out the best in you, that aligns you with your deeper potential. When you bring discipline into your life, you're bringing order, not restriction. Order does not mean rigid boundaries, it means structure. It's like the way a river is guided through a channel. The river flows naturally, but the channel helps it flow with purpose, direction, and without obstruction. That is the true nature of discipline. It is a way to guide your energies, your actions, your thoughts towards something meaningful. Without discipline, the energies of life become chaotic. When you are not conscious of your actions, you may do things impulsively, without thought, without understanding the consequences. But discipline allows you to step back and see the bigger picture. It gives you the power to choose how you respond to situations, to emotions, and to desires. Discipline is not about fighting the mind or suppressing the body. It's not about forcing yourself to do things you don't want to do. True discipline comes from understanding what is truly good for you, what helps you grow, and aligning your life in that direction. It's about creating a rhythm, a flow that supports your well-being, your health, your joy, and your growth. Look at a tree, for example. A tree does not need discipline, yet it is the most disciplined organism in nature. Its roots are deep, its trunk is steady, and its branches reach out in all directions, but it is always grounded. The tree does not go out of its way to do something unnatural. It follows the laws of nature and grows accordingly. In the same way, discipline in human life is about aligning ourselves with the natural flow of life, the natural rhythms of existence. When we are aligned with nature, with our true nature, we naturally experience discipline in every aspect of our lives. Discipline doesn't just apply to physical actions, it applies to the mind as well. The mind, like the body, needs training. If you allow it to wander aimlessly, it will create chaos. But when you begin to train it, to guide it towards something meaningful, it becomes an incredible tool, capable of focus, creativity, and clarity. In this sense, discipline is not a restriction, but an empowerment. It is the process of tapping into the full potential of the mind and the body and bringing them into alignment with your higher purpose. But how do we cultivate this discipline? It begins with awareness. It's about paying attention to the small things, the way you speak, the way you eat, the way you treat others. The more conscious you are of these actions, the more they align with your deeper purpose. It's about paying attention to the little habits you form, because habits, over time, define your life. If your habits are aligned with your deeper goals, they create a life of purpose, joy, and meaning. If they are not, they create a life of struggle, frustration, and distraction. Many people struggle with discipline because they view it as something they must force upon themselves. But discipline does not come from force, it comes from understanding. When you understand the value of discipline, when you see the benefits it brings, clarity, focus, peace, you will not need to force it. It will become a natural part of your life. In fact, discipline is the key to freedom. We often think that discipline limits our freedom, but it is actually the foundation for true freedom. Without discipline, we are slaves to our impulses, our desires, our distractions. But when we bring discipline into our lives, we free ourselves from the tyranny of our impulses. We become free to live the life we truly want, the life that aligns with our deeper purpose. The body, the mind, and the emotions all require discipline. The body needs physical discipline, exercise, nutrition, rest. The mind needs mental discipline, focus, clarity, awareness. The emotions need emotional discipline, balance, control, expression. Each of these areas of life requires attention, and discipline is the tool that helps us maintain that attention. When you have discipline, you have control, not over others or over external circumstances, but over yourself. You are in charge of your actions, your responses, and your energy. You are not reacting to the world around you. You are responding in a way that is aligned with your deepest values. But true discipline is not about perfection. It's not about always doing everything right, always being in control, or always following a strict regimen. Discipline is about consistency. It's about making the right choices most of the time. It's about showing up for yourself and committing to your growth. It's about understanding that you will make mistakes, but you will also learn from them and continue to move forward. Every aspect of life requires discipline, but discipline is not a burden. It is a path to liberation. It is the path that allows you to live with purpose, with focus, and with clarity. It allows you to experience life fully, without distractions, without chaos. It is the foundation for success, for peace, and for inner freedom. When you live a disciplined life, you are no longer at the mercy of your impulses or your distractions. You are the master of your own life. You can direct your energy, your time, and your focus towards what truly matters. And in doing so, you will find that discipline is not a limitation. It is the gateway to a life of fulfillment, growth, and joy.